And we're live. Just got done watching go-karts and go on fishing with the Burnout. That was a good one. Let's see who shows up here. I know Ed and Mike and some of those guys were on that channel. Maybe they'll come on here, see who's on. I missed Maddie's stream. I think he had a stream. I was playing Jeopardy with my wife and my daughter. That was fun. Haven't done that in a while. I keep forgetting she's a high school English teacher, so she gives me a run for my money. Anyhow, who do we have here? Let me throw the link up. Let's see. Let's see. So okay, there's the link. Who do we got? We got James, we got Harold, Jay. Oh my God, we got everybody. Will, everybody's here. Evening all. Yeah, my oldest is a high school English teacher, so she can give me quite the challenge on Jeopardy. So that was fun. We actually had some fun. A little bonding, you know. Just came from, was it go-karts and going fishing, doing a little burnout action with the mini bike. That was fun. Hello, Stanley. Mason, Will, everybody else, hello. It is what time? 8 o'clock, a little after 8. Figure I'd go on, see what's going on in the world of everything. JD Tech, how's the job front go? Where are you working now, JD? We haven't talked in a while. What you doing? Breezy, how's it going? It's a little late for our brothers over there in the UK and Europe, but maybe someone will chime in. I don't know if Mick's working tonight. Sometimes he'll chime in even if he's working. So we'll see. What's everybody working on? Anything good? Anybody want to chime in? I'll put the link back up. I'll throw that in there. There he is. There's the doctor. Missed your stream playing Jeopardy with the kids. Well, with one kid and my wife. That was fun. Little bonding.
Good.
What you working on? Anything good?
Actually, I've got. I think I've got everything here to ship the saws out to Junkyard, which is great.
What did he buy? A $394?
$394, and we're doing some trading for a 262 also. So I told him it's nice to throw everything into one box, you know.
How's the audio, Matt? Can you hear me all right? Or
I hear you just fine.
No, yesterday there was a lot of trouble yesterday. I don't know what it was. It was all kinds of trouble. Even when we had 2 or 3 people, we were cutting in, cutting out. It was crazy. Looks like I got full 5 bars, so hopefully it'll be good. But oh man. Will, what you working on, buddy? Anything good? Waiting for the weekend. I got to work Friday. Usually I have every other Friday off, but this is a work Friday, so it's a long week. But anywho, do I have a shot? Mason, oh, good, Matt. Oh, there's the patés. Now, Mason, what I do basically by day, I work at a defense contractor. We make helicopters. I'm sure you know the name. And I've been doing this on the side for about 20 years. I have a shop in my basement where I have a Bridgeport. I have a lathe, a grinder, some other machines and stuff. Do a lot of the work outside in my driveway if weather permits. I like working outside. Some in the garage, some in my shop in my basement. Just do it for extra. I call it coffee money. But I love doing it. I have fun, by trade, mechanical engineer, and among other things. So, just doing it for fun, having a good time, meeting nice people and learning things. So just having a good time. Which pate do we have? Mrs. there. Okay. There's the Mrs. If you want to.
Hello, Mrs.
Let's see. The link is right there for anyone who wants to jump in. Looks like we got good audio and video tonight, so that's good. Is that worn out, Matt, or good?
Broken.
Oh yeah, you can see half of it's missing. You know what, Matt's funny though. You say that. I actually used Gorilla Gel glue on something like that, and it held. I was amazed, but it actually held.
Not with 235 pounds of compression.
Maybe not.
Not
was that after you pulled it?
That Mason did that. We're blaming him.
Wow. That was the one that had 235?
Yeah, this is the one that has 235.
Did you ever cut with that? Did Mason cut with that one or no?
Yeah. He put up the videos.
Oh, I didn't even see it yet. How does it sound?
It sounds good.
Yeah, is that what do you got for muffler? Modified or?
Oh yeah, opened.
Yeah.
Like under the deflector, it is open.
Yeah, I'm just thinking with 235, must have a hell of a bark to it. Let's see. Hey, Steve, how's it going up in Canada there?
Hey, Steve. JD Tech. Who else? Will here. James is here. Wonderful. Okay.
You got Stanley here. We got Mason there. We got a bunch of people. But yeah, very rarely do I get to do a little bonding with the family watching Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. So I figured let me take advantage tonight. So I keep forgetting, my oldest is going to be 27 years old. She's not a kid anymore. So anyway. Oh, meatloaf, mash and gravy, Chris. Definitely. Now, tonight we had one of those roast chickens you get at Stop and Shop. Actually, pretty good value for the price. But board at home. Yeah, I'm still, where we are, we have to make parts and products. So I can't take any time off. Technically, I have 12 direct reports, so I have to report every day. So, a friend was on Jeopardy. Oh, that's all. The only thing I was ever on was a show called Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. I was on that show. I won the prize one time, so that was fun. Oh, here's Mick, guys. Mick's coming in. Hey, Mick. Nope. What's going on, Mick?
Well, good, Mike. How you doing?
What are you, in a rail car?
Not.
A rail car.
Rail car. It sounds like he's on the rails or something. Uh-oh.
It looks like he's using a candle.
I would say it looks like he's on Alien or something. What the heck? Was that gas mask, Mick? Yeah. What are you, in a confined space? Yep, there you go. Mick's probably working on one of his railway jobs or something. In confined space, you need breathing apparatus and all that. So hopefully, he's in a tunnel. So yeah, so if the oxygen, no, not in a tunnel. Are we guessing?
I'll show you.
I could see the moisture in the sides of your mask.
All I'm doing here, ladies and gentlemen,
repair
is just
job,
packing
Mick,
up sauce for shipment.
Yeah. Mick, you doing a repair job or an inspection?
It's a repair.
Okay.
I can't hear him for Beans, so I don't know.
Well, he's trying to talk through a respirator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's staying safe. As long as he's doing the social distancing thing, we're good, right?
I don't think there's anyone within a few yards of him, that's for sure. You got a crew down there with you, Mick, or just you? Oh, there you go. Is that underground, Mick, or what is that? Or are you working on a hazardous substance? Oh, you're doing the tracks. Oh, okay, you're doing the ballast. You got the ballast machine where you lift up the ballast and relay the rails. Yeah. Set the gauge, redo the ballast. That's cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these machines on those World's Greatest Machine channel or whatever, but it's pretty cool. It
Yeah, that's
resets
far
the
interesting. I've always wondered how they do that.
yeah, where they lift up, shift off of the ballast and lift up the ties and everything. That's pretty cool. Mick, are those wood or concrete ties? What are those? Oh, he's actually operating the equipment. That's pretty wild. Or actually, he's walking around. That's pretty cool. See, anyone who wondered what Mick did, this is what Mick does. That is cool. Goes down, takes the ties, pulls them, puts the ballast, sets the rail width, height. That is pretty cool.
See, if I bring the camera to work and go live, that would probably not be a good thing.
No, I think HIPAA would prevent you, Matt. But pretty cool, Mick. Thanks for sharing. What's the hazard down there, Mick? Is it just bad air, or what is the actual hazard? Is it dust from the ballast?
Yeah, silica dust.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
there you go. I'll get right in your lungs. Pretty cool, though. Do you run the machine as well, Mick, or are you just a foreman?
Hell yeah, I get to run it too.
Cool. You look like the old Harry Gant with that scarf on.
It's no joke, I tell you. We got the dust to worry about, and then we got the old virus to worry about. There's 5 of us on that train, and we're all within about 2 meters of each other. It's crazy.
Well, yep. Looks like cool work, though.
Yeah, I love my job. Love my job.
Is that outside, Mick, or are you in a tunnel or something?
I'm outside, just outside. Yeah, normal conditions. It looks like I'm. You go. There's a railroad. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's just night time. Yeah, better. Looks like I'm in a tunnel, I suppose. Where you can see it.
How many miles you got to do, or is it yards or what?
I'm nearly done. We got. We don't measure in yards. We're old school over here in the railway. We're still in Victorian
Meters?
time, so we measure in chains. So I got 45 chain tonight, just over half a mile.
Okay. What's an actual chain?
Say again.
What's an actual chain length?
One chain is 22 yards.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That
I've
is
got
pretty
50
old school, yeah.
I think it's 50 chain. It's what's that? 1,100 yards.
Okay. Hey, we learn something every day.
Well, that's a general idea. We all learn something, then we're all intelligent, right?
There you go.
Who you got in the old chat? Anyone cool in the chat? Patty's there. How you doing, Patty? Is that Mrs. or is that Mister?
I think Mrs. is here tonight.
Yeah, I got my PP on it. Yeah, it's my dust environment and my COVID-19 as well.
Now, how often do you do that job, Mick? In a typical,
Every single night of the week. Every night of the week.
Really? So
Yeah.
doing the ballast is your main job?
Yeah, correcting. I correct the track geometry. So
Oh,
wherever the track is out of can, out of lift, out of line, my little train comes along and puts it right.
What causes it most of the time to go out of kilter?
Weight, acceleration, braking of trains, and poor track geometry. Right, I've got to go. My train's finished. You just pulled forward, so I've got to shoot off. I'll try and catch you a bit later on if you're still on.
All right, thanks, Mac. Appreciate it.
No worries, buddy. Catch you later.
All righty.
Bye.
That was cool. All right, I'll put the link back up in case anyone else wants to come up.
Good night.
There we go. See you, Mick.
Just to have evidence here. There she is. Looks good to me.
Looks smooth. That is cool. What's next on the build schedule?
Nothing.
No. Bumming with no get together. I was really looking forward to that too.
I know.
Although Will was saying we may get a chance to. Up here comes Mr. Keller. Nope. What's up, Scott? Nope, we lost him. He was there. See if we get him back. Oh, try it again. You there?
I'm here.
Okay. What's going on?
Going to the fun place.
There you go. Mick, did you get a chance to see Mick a few months ago?
No, I just got here.
He was actually doing the track balancing, the rails and tamping and ballast. Pretty cool stuff.
Cool.
Those machines, you see those amazing engineering machines that lift the rails and lift the stone and lift the ballast, all that stuff. Pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
So, pretty cool. I guess his title is Track Geometry Guy. He corrects the geometry on all the rails.
Oh,
What are you in the yard getting a trailer or what?
I'm in the yard getting in the freight shaker.
Uh-huh. Oh, man. So, there you go.
Oh, where is the damn hood latch on this truck?
What kind is that? What's the temperature over there, Scotty?
49.
I don't know.
Pretty warm. Yeah, yesterday we had 3 inches of snow, but it went away pretty quick. Oh, what are we looking at, Scott? Detroit, Cummins, what?
Detroit diesel.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. This is for you, Henry. Look at I'm checking oil.
Lucas.
Yep, it's got oil. And it's
Yeah, you
filthy dirty.
What? But the important thing, Scott, what's the weight?
1540.
Gotta have the right weight.
In this truck, you need heavy stuff.
Yeah. And it gets dirty pretty quick with the diesel. Let's see. Got a lot of guys on tonight. We got Harold, we got Ed, we got JD, Steve. Jesse just showed up. Hello, Jesse. We got Golston. A lot of people. The Pate, actually, Mrs. Pate, I believe. One of the Pates. So they say in Connecticut, 875 cases, I think it is right now. So we're getting there.
Yeah. Coronavirus.
Yep.
Yeah, I told my I was just talking to my father that if they shut everybody down and send us all home. We're screwed. Ah.
Well, it's funny. I have so much vacation time left. I could take, a month or something and be fine, but I can't. They won't let me take a day, basically. So
Just say it like it is.
8 weeks of vacation. So
Just say it like it is. Your vacation was when you were hired. Get to work.
that's it. Hey, I thank God every day for my job. I feel fortunate.
There you go. That's it. Going in a box.
Can everybody hear me? Because I'm trying to type stuff. It's not letting me, saying my connection's not good.
I hear you fine, Ken.
Huh.
No issue.
Yeah. Interesting. Where's the load going tonight, Scott?
Albany.
Albany, yeah. All right. Yeah, it seems like everyone can hear and see okay. It's just I was trying to type some text to people and it just wouldn't go through. I kept getting an error message saying, having trouble connecting. Please check my connection. That's weird. Lockdown in Ontario. Yeah, Mick and them are locked down too, Steve. We were talking about that the other night. How they're all getting so crazy. They can only go out for like an hour at a time to get exercise. What are the rules up there in Canada? Are you allowed out a couple hours a day, or what's the deal?
That's the 262.
What are you shipping that in, Matt?
I ship it tomorrow.
No, what are you shipping it in? What is that?
A big box.
No, my
Big
favorite
box.
was when I got a saw in a banana box. That was pretty cool. Those waxed cardboard banana boxes. It was pretty good.
Yeah, he's lucky I'm not shipping in the Huggies box.
Actually, that's a pretty nice saw.
It's the 394.
Yeah, you paid a few
$1,000
bucks.
for this.
Wow.
Not my favorite brand, but that one's still a good one.
Mm.
The-
Well, like I
the
said,
$1,000
I never had a favorite brand or anything, but talking to like Matt and Walt and those guys, everyone seems to prefer Huskies for repairing, rebuilding, modifying. They seem a little easier than some of the steels that I've seen.
I'm an Echo man.
Echo, I like. No, I love Echo. One thing about Echoes, I have a few, probably 4 or 5. Echoes, for some reason, always start on the first pull for me. Whereas Husky is like 2 or 3 or 4. Steel is like 4, 5, or 6.
It's not about that for me. All kinds of different stuff.
But you got to admit, though, the Huskies are pretty easy to fix, you know?
For me, it's about rebuildability.
Yeah.
You know, if it's easy to rebuild, then I'm all over it. You know, if it's hard to rebuild, then I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Pool on Pro. There you go, Ed.
I get insulted real easy with companies doing stupid things.
Yeah.
You know, dumb designs are insulting to me. Why would you design it poorly?
Yeah. Well, just like working on a car, the engine was put together outside of the car, you know?
With cars, I can almost understand some things, and one of the reasons is because cars are designed for assembly, not disassembly.
That's true.
Cars are definitely designed to be easy to put together. Who cares about taking them apart? They don't care.
Yeah.
But so there's some understanding there. It's just that, you know, if it takes an ASC certified mechanic to do an oil change, I think that's insulting to mechanics.
Yeah.
I think that mechanics need to be used for what they're good for. Transmissions, clutches, you know, the more advanced stuff. If you have a mechanic that's doing an oil change, it's a waste of his time. You know, it's really a waste of his training, if you ask me.
I just like when I'm working on a small engine and it calls out a special tool. I'm like, what? You know? Just like Matty on those, what are they? The isolation dampers, where they want that, spade-looking tool to put the dampers in. It looks like a fork, I guess, on some of the Husky dampers.
Husky dampers.
Yeah, on the rubber isolation mounts on Huskies, there's like a fork-shaped tool they want you to buy to install. Or is it on steel? One of the saws, there's a special fork-shaped tool that you have to use to remove and install the ISO mounts. Maybe it's steel.
Yeah, Husky, but you don't really need the tool.
No. Well, that's what I mean. A lot of times you look in the Husky catalog and they sell about 75 different tools, and you're saying to yourself, some of them you could just make, you know?
Right.
Yeah, JP.
Let's go make some smoke.
There you go. JP, are you at a dealership now or what? I know you said you're doing service work, but is it on your own or at a dealership? Yeah, Steve, a lot of those tools are a lot of money. That's for sure.
How's that song go? Mama love Papa love Mama love Papa. Daddy love Mama and Mama love Mel. He never hit the brakes while he was shifting gears.
Well, I tell you, our friend Mr. Faust can attest to that because he's done that for, he had a trucking company for what, almost 40 years.
He never hit the brakes while he was shifting gears.
There you go. Chris, is he working tonight? I see you're on. Is Mr. working? He put in a lot of hours. Yeah, JD used to put out those new tool videos all the time.
All right, what else can we throw in the box here? Hopefully nothing. That should be it. Now I just got to stuff it and we're good. Nice.
How much is it to ship a saw these days, Maddie? Like going across country or somewhere in the U.S.
That
continent
would be cheap. I got to put $1,000 of insurance on that.
Yeah.
You know.
You just do a UPS, the postal service, or?
I'll see if the postal service will do it. I don't know beyond that.
Yeah. I just ordered an axle today, a used axle for a John Deere tractor I'm working on in my last video, and shipping was actually more than I paid for the axle because the axle was like 40 pounds or something like that. 18 hours. Holy cow, Chris. That's a heck of a day. Holy cow. Or is that just today, Chris? 18 as of 8. Wow. Oh, here comes Will, I believe. Will's garage. Hey, Will.
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
Not much. Just actually finished up a pressure washer. Just got a test run tomorrow when I get home from work.
Which one? The full on with the Honda engine?
The Ryobi.
Oh, Ryobi, that's right.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, that Ryobi green yellow.
It actually fired off on the first pull, so.
That's good. Just remember to keep water in it, flowing.
Yeah.
I have so many customers that either don't put water in it or they put hot water in it.
Yeah.
And funny, the guy called me up one day, said, "Oh, my pressure washer's not working." He literally hooked it up to a hot water tap and melted all the O-rings.
8:30, 2:37.
You got a lot of work coming
And
in.
I finally found the soap injector for my dad's buddy's one too. It's a really weird thing because it's got on the inlet side it's M18 1.0 thread, but on the outlet side it's 3/8 NPT.
Oh wow, metric and English. That's weird.
Yeah. So I finally found one on eBay. It was for a cat pump, actually.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Chris, who had the positive COVID? Chris, someone who works with Jason?
Junk box pack. Oh, wood. I don't think I've ever shipped 2 slides of wood. Oh,
Looks like my bench, Will. Nice and clean. Scotty, you're still in the yard?
Oh yeah, I'm hooking up Widowmakers.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we
Here
lost
comes
Will.
the bump.
Was that the fifth wheel?
By the way, why is it called the fifth wheel? Really?
You want to answer that, Scott?
What's that?
Why is it called a fifth wheel?
That makes no sense.
I don't know
at
why
all.
they call it fifth wheel. I know.
Ah, my shop is feeling better already. Very nice. Lots better. Okay. I got too much stuff to ship. All kinds of shipping. I'm going to be broke tomorrow.
Nice grease.
I'm not
Where's
sure
Illinois?
what happened. I went to flip the camera and it froze up on me.
Scotty's hooking up his fifth wheel to his trailer.
What you say?
Tell him to stop doing that.
They don't oil it very often.
I was gonna say, it sounds like it needs a little oil.
It's got grease fittings in it. Those grease fittings are drier than a $5 you know what.
Wow, Scotty, we better get some Lucas Oil products, right?
Yeah.
Anyhow, I was hoping that Mr. Spouse would be here. James. Maybe he
That's
can
only one
answer.
trailer. Now we got to hook up the other one. See, there's your dolly. And there's the back trailer.
I'm hoping James will chime in about the fifth wheel because he owned the trucking company for a long time.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know.
Yeah. And James started, back in the 70s, so back when it was really coming of age.
So this was the saw that I had down in Oklahoma, and it blew up. We shipped it back here for me to fix it. After I tried to fix it in Oklahoma, and it actually pressure tested good, back tested good. Couldn't figure out what was going on. Mason took it for a spin, and he said the carburetor was just kind of all over the place. So he went and rebuilt the carburetor for me. And he's like, now it holds tone perfect. I'm like, okay, good. Down to Oklahoma it goes. Back to the in-laws.
I hear what you're saying, Ed, but it's not really a wheel.
Ain't that
Oh,
scary?
okay. Oh.
Ain't that
Well,
scary?
Ed,
That's all to hold the back trailer on.
Yeah. No, James is saying that back in the 30s, the trucks had 4 wheels, so they started calling it a fifth wheel. Okay. All right. So Ed was right.
It's just a historical thing.
Yeah.
Ken,
else you
what
got
were you
working,
saying
Will?
earlier about? Nothing really tonight. Just I'm almost ready to head on in and kind of like get ready to take a shower, go to bed, all that good stuff. Cause just busy day today.
Will, is your 350 still running good?
Yeah, the 340, 346 still running awesome.
And now oiling good too?
Oiling good as well. Yes. Yeah, the 350 pump, took care of my oiling problem.
Yep. Those pumps it's the same pump on a 455 Rancher, and incidentally, it's the same pump on a 460 Rancher, and those come stock with a 24-inch bar. So those are essentially designed to oil even a 24-inch bar. So if it's not oiling
Well,
good,
I've got it turned up
really
all
up.
the way. So, and I'm only running 18-inch on that 346. So,
yeah, you got it made. Yeah.
Matt, is it the same part number? Whether it be on the 455 or the 350?
Same exact oiler. The mechanism is the same. The rubber parts around it are different, but the mechanism is the same.
Oh, here comes Mick again.
Ken or Matt, would you any one of you guys have a use for a 3/8 058 72 link chain?
Not me.
You have how many do you have?
I just got one of them because I ordered two off of Amazon at 3/8 050, but they accidentally sent me one that was an 058.
So you have it at 058 20-inch chain?
Yes.
Okay. As a general rule, don't order less than 10 chains.
Okay.
It's too expensive. It gets you can find good deals on 10, but if you order chains like singly by the one or by the two, you're gonna pay double for them. So I hate ordering less than 10 chains at a shot. An 058 chain, I don't run 058 in general. Once in a while, I end up with a 24-inch bar that runs 058. But yeah, 058.
Yeah, because I wanted to try out the new Oregon EXL, and I wanted to try one. And I wanted to try one on my 61 272 as well as my Steel 034. So I figured just order one chain for each saw.
Well, are you just trying to look at you're trying to try out the grind essentially? Is that what you're looking to do?
I just wanted to see how it compared to like the LGX and everything like that.
The answer is it's good.
Yeah, so I put one loop of the that EXL on the 61 272, and I'm very impressed with how it does.
Yep. It as far as I know, it really is quite nice. Me personally, I don't care because I can get LGX to run certainly good enough for me, and it much to the consternation of anybody that lines up next to me and it can't, i.e. Ken. So for me, it doesn't really matter. Just save yourself the aggravation and don't order, chains singly. As a general rule, you'll feel much better about yourself. Or find somebody you go halvesies with if you only need a couple of chains. But with that 272, if you're going to go out in the woods and cut with that thing, you can always bring a few extra chains with you. You hit one
Exactly.
nail, you need a few extra hanging around,
Yeah, and I've got plenty of 20-inch chains. Because on my obviously, I'm running a steel bar on my 034, and I'm running the 50 gauge.
Well, heck, if you can run the same chain on your 34 and on the 272, that's awesome. Save yourself aggravation there. I'm always trying to think of stuff like that. Like, geez, what would make my life easier? And the answer, one of the answers would be, have as many of the same chain and bar combination type of thing for whatever saws I'm running. That makes my brain work less hard.
Yeah, well, it's like I know with like a 16-inch bar, at least with 3/8, 050, it's pretty much the same for like Steel and Homelight, all of them,
Yep.
Because like my old Homelight Super XLs and stuff with 16-inch bar, they're all running 60 lengths for 16-inch.
Sure. You know what I like on the 350s? I like 16-inch with the 325 chain, 66 drive length. That it works really well on that saw. Going a little bigger, a little smaller doesn't make any sense. That combination on that saw is the best, as far as I was concerned. And if I need something bigger, I'm going to grab my 272, just like you got.
Yeah. Well, I think actually when I first put that one together, I had forgotten to bring the bar and chain with it, over to Dan's. So he had an 18-inch that he tossed on, and I'm like, heck, it runs nice with the 18. So, I ended up
originally they came with 18s.
Yeah,
that's what they came with. The stock of 350 came with an 18-inch bar.
Yep, and I've also I like the.
It seems awkward to me, but that's what they came with.
Well, then I really like the Oregon VersaCut bars as well.
Yep.
I see Walt Fleet Command.
I haven't tried one, but I've certainly heard good things about them.
Yeah, well, I've got one on my, the 340, 346, and the 61, 272, and I can say just good things about them. So.
Yep.
Mick, you got any more work tonight or what?
Nope. Homeward bound, hammer down.
Oh, nice.
This is why I like my.
What time did you win? Was it early night or what?
Look, no, I've told you before. You can't ask me questions like that, Ken. That's why I love my job. That's why I love my job.
Let me put it this way: you worked a full shift tonight, Mick.
Hell yeah! I'm overtime. I'm booking overtime tonight, brother.
There you go.
It's one of them jobs, that you spend more time sat on your ass than you're actually working.
Yep.
It's a good job.
Well, just like body work on a car, it's all prep.
Exactly that. It's all about looking good. I'll be home in about an hour. Do my report, head down, back up by 10, straight in the workshop, get some mowers done.
There you go.
It's cold too. It's 0 degrees down here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's dropped.
Yeah, it was like that today. It was pretty cold.
Yeah, it's dropped a bit today.
Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 50s, they said.
Yeah, we got a cold snap coming in, apparently. -4 yesterday morning in some areas in the UK. Apparently. I put my heating on a touch. So, I should be in the workshop tomorrow, first thing. Get some more mowers done. I sold another 2 today. And I've got someone coming in. Sounds like their mower hit a metal stump or something, hit a metal pole. So that'll be a bent crank or timing issue.
Now, would you replace or fix the crank, or what would you do? Just parts the machine?
It all depends, doesn't it? If it's only just out by a little bit, you might be able to just smash it with a club hammer a few times just to try and take the worst of it out. But generally, rule of thumb is if it's hit something quite solid, then it's done, isn't it? So all depends on the price of a crank, right? I mean, if you can get a crank at a decent price, I've got one in the shop at the minute. It's a 6.25 Briggs overhead valve. It's got a bent crank on it, and it is mullered. The engine's only 2-year-old, but a brand new crank is only £38. It's cheap.
I tell you, the Honda parts lately are so cheap, it's ridiculous. I bought a Honda crank for $10 from Honda, for like a GCV 160. It's crazy. Nope.
There you go.
We lost
Yeah, exactly that. And just
I'm here.
so yeah, just take the pan off,
Yeah.
just take the piston rod, and just put it back together. No biggie.
Easy peasy.
Well, not say easy peasy, but it's doable, isn't it? Just takes a bit of time, especially with my size.
Well, like I said, the
especially
Honda's
the size of mine.
Yeah.
Well, I replaced 2 drive belts today on a Hater 41 Harrier variable speed, and I'm telling you, it was a pig because my hands are just too big. I should have Jason's patty hands in there. He's got small little hands. Stick his hands in there and get it done.
You talking drive belts or the cam belts?
Drive belts for the variable drive speed roller drive on the back.
Yeah.
It's got a variable. Pardon me. It's got a two belt system on a variable drive pulley.
Oh, it's got the VeriDrive with the pulley goes up and down. Yeah. Okay.
But it's right
it's
at
like
the
a
back.
ton of those-
But you can't get your hand in.
Yeah, that's the same thing on Troy Bill MTD riders. They have the VeriDrive underneath the battery. You take the battery out, but they have a bar going straight across. It's welded to the frame, and directly underneath that welded bar is the nut you need to loosen for the VeriDrive.
Yeah,
You're like, how do you get the rim on it?
then you know what I'm saying, brother, don't you? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. You have to either make a wrench or do it some other way,
Or get Jason Patty's hands in there.
There
He's
you
got
go.
small hands. The boy's got small hands, I'm telling you. Have you seen the size of his hands? The boy's got small hands.
Let's see if the missus chimes in.
Look out.
There you go.
Dentist hands.
Matt, aren't you ever afraid, though, that you're going to either get cut or do something where a patient's going to say, ew?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm saying every time you see a dentist, they're nice, clean hands because they're going in your mouth. Of course, you're wearing gloves, but do you ever feel like, oh, shoot, I shouldn't really work on this because I could do something with my hands that won't look like clean hands?
No. Want to know why? Because nobody asks or cares.
Really?
That's the honest truth. And here's the other honest truth. I wash like crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
I wash my hands like a madman, every patient, every time. But nobody bothers to ask, did you wash your hands before you put your gloves on or whatever? It's like an irrelevant thing. It used to be that you had to, the ideal place for the sink was in front of the missus is here. The ideal place for the sink in the operatory. And you had to have the sink in the operatory in front of the patient so that the patient could see you wash before you went and did whatever you were doing, right?
Yeah, but you wash your hands and then you put gloves on, right?
Well, but what I would do was, I remember at the pediatrician when I was a kid, I remember sitting on like the operating table, the examination table there, and looking over across the room, and the pediatrician would be talking to me while he was washing his hands, and I could see it, and it was obvious. Today,
the old FISO hack.
I don't know. We have gloves today, so I just don't think it's quite. And patients kind of have a foregone conclusion that everything's clean, which boggles me but it for whatever reason, their mind's not there. It's not even thinking about is something clean. The automatic assumption is that it is.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah,
why?
exactly.
Do you know why it's not there? Because 9 times
Why?
out of 10, you're holding a dirty, great big needle, but you're going to shove in someone's gum. That's what I'm more worried about.
Right. So it's a good point. Is that I need to keep it in mind that patients are scared out of their minds.
Yeah, sure.
No matter what I'm going to do or not. If they're sitting there and we're just talking, they are scared out of their minds.
Yeah.
It's just reality, and fear does weird things to people.
Yeah, I'm 6'2", 21 stone, broad-shouldered, and absolutely terrified of my dentist, who's 4'1" and Lithuanian. I'm telling you, she's an absolute sweetheart. I cannot stick the dentist. Terrified of it. But
Now, is it because you had a bad experience?
oh yeah, it's when I was young. Yeah, when I was young, I had a couple of teeth pulled out, and that's when they used to gas you with the old gas mask over chops. Back in my day.
Oh, the ether.
And yeah, never, yeah,
Mhm.
scar
Every
for
time
life.
you smell
And now I
cardboard,
found a
have
really nice.
nightmares. Yeah.
But now I found a really nice dentist. She is really nice. She is so short, it's not even funny. But I've had root canal done. I've had bits and pieces done, like we all have. And she really is so good. Looks after me, so I look after her mother for her. We got a truce.
I had a friend of mine who was so scared of the dentist, they actually had to knock him out to clean his teeth because he had such a fear of pain and everything else
That gets
they would
expensive
actually
real
knock him
fast.
out. Yeah, but this guy, I tell you, he'd get a scratch, he'd cry. It just,
So where's Twinkle Toes tonight?
Well, they're either painting his toenails or he's working on a truck.
Is he?
No.
Is he taking a nap? Is he taking a little nap?
No, and I actually wish he was home. So one of the facilities, not his, but another one on the island, one of the gentlemen is actually positive. So they had to close down another one of the shops. And so they're getting all the work from that shop on top of his shop. So he is, when he called at 8 o'clock, it was 18 hours. So now he's going on 19 hours. And he's got to be just exhausted. He had like black under his eyes when he came home the other day. And he basically was home for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and went back again. He's exhausted. He's exhausted. But his shop is supposed to be on lockdown. The drivers are only supposed to leave trucks either towed or in the yard to be worked on, and that's it. And it's just not nonstop. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't foresee it getting any better, to be quite honest with you. If one shop is down, there's a couple on the island for his company, so we'll see.
It ain't no better on my firm either, sweetheart.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Crazy at the moment. Crazy times.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, next couple of weeks they're going to shut me down, I reckon.
Chris, do you want to come up here and homeschool my kids for me? Because I'm about out of my mind. My wife is upstairs and doing her work. She's kind of got her own little office that she set up.
Aww.
So she can't hardly do anything. She's on conference calls with clients and whatnot. So I'm with the kids and completely out of my element, 100%. And it's not like they made anything smooth. So you have to do these lesson plans on the computer and whatnot, and they probably only take 5 minutes. So we get 3 of them done, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I don't know what the heck happened with my day,
Aw, no, I hear you. So I know here in New York, I feel like every school's approaching it so differently. I hear a lot of what you're telling me from friends of mine who aren't teachers, and they're telling me, oh my God, like all day long. And then like in
did we lose her? I think we lost her.
Oh,
Chris?
no, I still
Yeah.
see her. It's just the audio for a second.
Yeah, she's frozen on my
Video
end.
froze here.
She's frozen with a finger in her eye.
She's frozen
Oh,
with, yeah.
hold on, here we go. Try it again. Oh,
I think your live stream has coronavirus.
let's see. You there,
Just
Chris?
trying.
I can see you, but you're not moving.
She's trying.
Oh, hold on. What am I doing?
Oh no.
It's your fault, Ken, for sure.
Yeah.
I can add the stream, and I see her, but it's the same frozen picture.
Kick her out of the basement.
Yeah, I'm trying. All right, now she's gone. Let's see if it goes
That's it.
back in.
Kick her out.
She'll be
and then,
back.
she come back.
She was having too much fun.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Actually, it's funny. Have you guys? Okay, my favorite movie in the world is The Cannonball Run. Okay, favorite movie, and there were actually multiple iterations of it. The original one was actually Gumball Rally.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody here has seen that, but
Yeah.
what's funny is my brain makes these odd connections. So when Mr. Briggs comes on, all I think of is Mr. Guts from Gumball Rally. So
Have you told him
if
that yet?
anybody gets that reference, they're go observe that reference. But I'm just gonna leave that out there for the ethos.
It's a bit of
Yeah,
a weird
'cause
fault,
Cannonball-
but
The Cannonball originated in Connecticut years ago with Brock Yates.
Yes. And there's actually some really interesting stories on YouTube. There is a channel on YouTube that actually tells stories about cars, and there is a significant number of stories about the Cannonball that are just fascinating to know and understand. Mrs., you're back. Welcome.
Yeah, I was on the office computer and it just kept spiraling and spiraling. It's funny enough, I actually have better reception off my phone than I do the actual desktop. So go figure.
So you were saying?
No. So what you're saying is so true to friends that aren't who don't actually teach every day. And but I have to be honest with you. I think it also depends on how the schools presented it. I know some districts just threw everything on the computer and told the parents, here's what's expected, get it done. And I know, like in my district, I'm literally on the computer teaching the children during the day. And then I'll teach the parents separately during the day, like this is how you do it, and just complete, 1, 2, and 3 and submit it by the end of the day. But I'm actually showing the parents how to do it. So my day is ending late because then in between there, I actually help to direct some of our special ed meetings. So I was trying to fit those in. And so every district's different. I have friends who teach in the city, and they basically are posting these assignments online, telling the parents, go at it, and you're on your own. So, I think everybody's different. I don't know how you could do that to parents, I told the teachers that I work with and that I'm helping to lead in doing what I'm doing. You have to remember, not everybody's a teacher. You can't just post assignments, expect parents to send them in. And you have to remember, some parents are still working also. So
Right. That would be my concern, is like some parents are still working. Like
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm laid off, but my wife is. So what if I was still working? What the heck would we do?
the other concern is I tried to explain to some of the staff, everybody's putting these assignments online. If you have parents who are also still working from home, how many devices are at home? If you have more than one child, how many kids can you have working at one time?
Right.
So just to be
Actually-
mindful of things like that.
Actually, Farmington was handing out Chromebooks our town was handing out Chromebooks to kids that needed them. And we're, my father-in-law actually got Chromebooks for the kids a while ago. So we're good there as far as devices goes. So the kids have plenty of screens. That's not the issue. It's just a matter of, like, my 6-year-old is just not good. Like Simon Says probably would be like the best thing for him right now, because, if you go, I didn't say Simon Says, he'd be like, oh crap, So if he has sentences of commands, he's 6. He has sentences of commands that says, write this down, do this, write this down. Well, he automatically reads through all of that and assumes what they want, and he starts doing stuff. And I'm like, no. You have to actually read what they want and just follow the steps. And he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And that's why I have to sit there with him the whole time. So I'm sitting there for 7 hours, and we did 20 minutes worth of plans. So
Oh boy,
it gets
yeah.
real frustrating.
Yeah, we did something with our population of 5 and 6-year-olds. We called them fun squares, and basically it's a board for writing, math, and reading, where the children get to select 2 squares a day. And the squares are things that, as long as the directions are read to them, that they can honestly do independently for the most part. And so far we're having great success with it, and the parents are giving us really nice feedback on it. But it's hard. It's so hard. And then, for some of the children who need a lot of support, I got off some of my meetings for children with special needs today, and I had a good cry after one of them, because these are kids who have one-to-one paras at school. They're getting a lot of special services, and you have to remember, now they're home not getting any services, and it breaks my heart because they need the support right now, and we can only give so much right now from home. And so we're just trying to check on those kids every day, but it's still not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, Chris, my wife's been a para for 15 years, and I know for a fact that some of these special needs kids barely function without the paras. And I could just see them at home with a frustrated parent who's not really knowing what to do,
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard on everybody right now. And Matt, in reference to the devices, we had that option too for the parents to go get them. But the problem was, since we have now positive cases, we're up to 3 now in our building. The Department of Health can't let the parents come and get a device. So now that's another issue on our hands. So I finally have just said to the staff today, I said, we do the best we can do. And at the end of the day, the most important part is that everyone's healthy and, safe. And, truthfully, if the assignment doesn't get done, it'll be okay,
Yep. I hear you. I do.
Yeah. All you can do is the best you can do. I had a parent reach out tonight, and she said to me, I'm doing the best I can. Both her and her husband are essential workers, and they've got 2 kids. And she said that her mother is watching the kids. And she said, I just can't put this on my mother to take care of these assignments. And I said, listen, I said, I gave her some things that, grandma could do with them during the day that have nothing to do with these assignments. And I said, the truth is, you're giving your heart and soul into what you're doing to help us out there. I said, you're doing plenty. I said, we'll handle day by day as it comes,
Yep.
Because the last thing she needs to feel is guilt right now,
Yeah, this gets crazy. The amount of ramifications here is just unfathomable.
Yeah. But what I can say, I kind of knew it was coming, but I would almost be, you can't say with, certainty, but after a meeting that I sat in this morning, it almost looks like with most certainty that we are not going to be opening for the remaining part of the school year, though.
Yep.
You know, they're already starting to cancel all the high school tests. They're already talking about online graduations, doing it virtually. And they're already talking about allowing teachers to come up in a couple of weeks to get some materials to teach the remaining portion of the school year from home. So,
Sure.
it's sad. It's sad, but what's also sad, Mick? Are you there?
I'm here.
Was
Uh-oh.
Mick, I saw you in all your glory with all your mask and everything
What?
earlier. Oh yeah.
I thought you meant something completely different.
That was quite the setup. And I thought I liked the shed look the other day of just the shed tank. But now I'm thinking I like a uniform.
You've gotta get a hold of yourself, keep control. You're married. Sort yourself out, girl.
A lot of lonely hours here, Mick.
Oh, I'm getting
Oh, God.
I'm getting a flavour for that. You're all right, sweetheart. You're okay. It's you know it must be tough. You know it's just you and your old man, and he's at work and what have you. It must be tough on you knowing that you want him home, and yeah, that's crap. You know that's why I like my job, because I don't have to work very hard. I don't have to work very long hours. The money is really good, and I see my wife every single day for lots. You know, for a good amount of hours. You know, I've done what Jason's done. Not the same industry, but I've worked my arse off for very little reward socially, and it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Definitely hard.
It's only a phase. It'll pass. It'll pass.
I think I think part of the reason it works so well with us, to be honest with you, is that we're both used to being so busy. And I think this is killing me because I'm still very busy doing what I need to do right now, but it's a different type of work busy, and I like being out there and doing, and I feel like he gets home and like I'm so used to being around so many people and constantly communicating all day long.
Yeah.
So I feel like the poor guy gets verbal diarrhea when he gets home.
On that note, I'm going to sign off, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody have a great night. Be happy, healthy, safe, all that fun stuff.
Thank you, Maddie.
We'll
You too,
catch
Matty.
you guys later,
Take it easy,
okay?
Matty.
All
Good
right.
night. No.
Ta-ra,
I got it.
Matty.
Night.
Bye bye. Oh, I'm speeding.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, no, yeah, I've got one of his vans with a special tracking device up here. It barks at you when you go over a certain speed limit. It's a bit like having your wife in the van with you. Will you slow down? You know what I mean? It does that. Does it all the time. So well, hopefully Jace will be home soon, and all this will sort itself out. I think we've all got a little way to go yet. I know I saw you're in New York, right? Long Island way?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, they're kind of doing things interesting over here. You know, our governor is doing one thing with, he wants more to be done as far as shutting things down, but our president is wanting to explore the option of not shutting more down. So
Well, yeah, I did see your governor on the news, and I think you got quite a good governor there. Unfortunately, you got a bit of a tosser for a president, but eventually he'll have no choice. Our prime minister is shutting stuff down. He can see what's coming. He's not stupid.
yeah,
He can quite clearly see what's coming just around the corner. But we seem to not be on top of it, but we seem to be coping at the moment. But we haven't been hit by the wave yet. So That's coming in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I reckon.
Yeah. They
So
were
if we
pretty
just-
vocal about that today in New York, with saying that we weren't even close to coming anywhere near with flattening any curves. And we're not even close to decreasing our daily cases, but they're starting to now understand what they need to do to start getting there. So they don't see any kind of sunlight in the near future. So it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while.
Can you hear us, Mick? Your picture's frozen.
Yeah, I think he froze.
Nope, hold on.
Yeah,
Nope.
I think the
Nope.
connections are just tough.
Yeah, it's weird. I got a lot of bars. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, I think he's trying to come back up. Oh, he did try.
Oh.
Oh, he's trying again. He's like the little engine that could.
Literally tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
You know
fixing
what it is?
cracks
I think it's just
earlier.
a matter of
I can see him,
so
but it's a
many
frozen
people.
picture.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's
I
going.
think so many people are trying to be on. Aw.
Did you get snow yesterday?
Well, you know what it was? It was like chunky. It was like big blobs coming down for about like an hour or two, and then it went to just rain. It was like the most depressing, dreary, gross kind of day, just to add to the mood out there, you know?
Yeah, we had 3 inches of snow, and then it rained for 14 hours straight.
Yeah, we got like nothing at all that would stick, of course. And then we're supposed to get a little bit more rain overnight coming up soon. You know, just enough to make things like yucky. And today was bitter cold and just dreary. And today was a day that I did make the attempt to go out. Like I had listened to the when they had said a couple weeks ago to stock up on a few things, not hoard, but just make sure you had enough. But we were getting low on just like meat and things like that. And so I did venture out today just to, get what you're allowed to get. And I did wait for a little bit, but we have like by us, I don't know if you have them up there, Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I will say, even the workers, everybody was so kind, so nice. They really had things like moving pretty well there. And we're stocked up with what we were allowed to get, and it went pretty well. So I feel pretty comfortable with not having to go back into another store for anything. So that's good. But
my wife and oldest have been home for a week and a half now, and they went today just to stock up a little bit. But the stores are full, and the people. What I noticed, which is weird though, is no traffic anymore. I get out of work and it's like no traffic, no school buses, no nothing. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, well, I it's a lot less than what it typically is, but here on Long Island, I feel like there's always some traffic. Yeah. But it's not nearly what it usually is, but there's still some, But as far as going to the store, for the line that there was, I really thought I was going to be there so much longer. And it really was just a matter of the store managers were helping to social distance everybody online.
Oh, wow.
So it appeared to be much longer of a line than what it was. But they were only letting a certain number of people in the store. And as you were shopping, you could only get a certain number of each item. But I made sure while I was there, I have no desire to go back out and to get anything else after this. So, but I just want to make sure we have enough, because the last thing, I want to have to worry, he's working his rear end off. So I want to make sure he's got a good couple of meals a day at least, So he can't be running on empty. So.
Well, you're going to have to start selling machines because he's not going to have any time.
It's been interesting, God bless that's going well, but it looks like I'm going to have to be driving Mandingo a little bit. So, but it's okay. I've driven her before. It's funny, here on Long Island, they want to, the schools are all having these car parades for the teachers. So they want to have teachers go in their cars and drive through the school and honk and wave to the children. And my school district wants me to lead the parade in Mandingo.
Oh, there you go. Mixed back.
He's excited about it. So.
Oh, sure.
Oh, look at Baby Blue is back. Hello.
I'm tired.
I can tell. I can tell. Now, are you? I'm trying to think of when the Mister used to work overnights. Are you a coffee drinker, or what gets you through? Yeah.
Coffee mainly, but I drink a lot of fizzy pop, you know, like Pepsi and what have you.
Oh yeah.
Only because it's quick and easy. Yeah, I drink coffee by the bucket load normally, but I'm trying to cut it down if I can, because it does keep you awake when you get home and like you want to try and unwind a bit, and you end up climbing the walls a bit. So.
That used to be the hardest part. Like, he used to get home in the morning and we were like ships passing in the night. He would come in, I would be leaving, but he would have such a dreadful time falling asleep.
Yeah.
We used to do the curtains that used to block out the sun. He had a sound machine, and it would still take him a couple hours to fall asleep. So
yeah, I'm the same. I should get indoors, watch a bit of YouTube, and just chill out, make myself something to eat. Maybe grab a beer, just relax a bit, and then get the bum into bed, see Mrs. P for a little while, have a quick cuddle, and she get up. She go to work. That's how it works.
She works days.
Yeah, she's working in a hospital. She works in a hospital.
So you're coming and she's going.
Say again, honey.
You're coming in and she's going.
Yeah, it's lovely in some ways, because just so I get in, she's just getting out of bed, so I can jump into where she was laying. It's lovely and warm. I love it.
Nice. Aw. How's Riley boy with adjusting to not being at school and whatnot? Is he hanging in there?
He's difficult. As you can appreciate, he's gone from having occupational therapy, speech and language, sensory rooms, swimming pools, magic carpet. He's gone from having all of it was rude. Mum that's at work during the day, and it's hard, but he's doing okay. He is what he is, and he's doing what he can do. So that's all that matters. He's doing exercises on YouTube, dancing around the front room, and just doing what he can do, and he's okay.
Yeah.
For me, Chris, in all honesty, as long as he doesn't get this virus, as long as he's healthy, I don't care what he does, as long as he's healthy.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was telling the parents today. That's really all that matters.
They had already given out. I've seen some statements already saying that if any people with additional needs do get the virus, they will be chosen last to be ventilated over somebody of a normal ability.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What it is, right? Bottom of the food chain, apparently.
Well, that's just terrible.
Well, that's what it is. That's life, right? Survival of the fittest. That's what it is. People. Some people with disabilities. They stand a lot lower chance of being ventilated because they will not recover. Like people with cerebral palsy and what have you, because of their immune systems and what have you. But unfortunately, it's what it is. It's reality of life, right? But so.
The reality of life, but it doesn't make it easy to digest.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, I was watching a young American lad, was talking about Donald Trump wanted to have a test that you could terminate a baby fetal at an early stage because you could find out it had Down syndrome. And this young lad was given a seminar. He was some university professor and he's got Down syndrome, and not about knocking Down syndrome, but what about wiping Down syndrome out is what they want to do. And it's not right. Everyone has a chance to live right and be the best they can be.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about. But it's not the way the world runs, unfortunately. It's not the way it runs.
Unfortunately, it's usually those who are uneducated about the topic who usually make decisions like that, though.
Of course. But,
Yeah.
that's why I say, Riley boy, he can do what he likes, how he likes, when he wants. As long as he's happy and healthy, I don't care. And I'll defend him with my last breath. So,
Amen to that.
yeah, that's what it's about. But,
It broke my heart tonight. I've been trying to in the evening I usually send out a message to the parents, trying to see when's the best time to do it. But I've been reading them a story each day, and it broke my heart because some of the kids were getting very teary tonight because they just miss seeing their friends and they miss being around each other. And it's to me, that's just what I care the most about, how they're doing, and just that they're having some interaction with each other, or they're doing something that's making them happy. And I could give a hoot, to be honest, about anything else as long as they're just happy and healthy right now.
Yeah.
And I know that's not the teacher answer,
My daughter, who's a high school English teacher in New Haven at a magnet school, actually got an email from one of her students today saying he missed her. So she almost broke down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. My husband can tell you, I could have left the classroom quite a number of years ago and just completely done administration quite a number of years ago. And as you know, we've struggled with starting our own family for quite some time now. And those kids in my classroom are like my own children. And so to not be around them every day, it kills me. It really, really does. And the thought of not seeing them again for the rest of the school year, it's hard. So I think you just have to put everything in perspective. And you're absolutely right, Mick. If he's happy and he's having fun and and I got to tell you, when he hops on your live, he's got a smile on his face. So you're doing something right still. So I think our boy is male modeling again. He's frozen.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, you talk about Riley boy and some of these young kids. I remember, being a young kid where you weren't worried about the world's problems. You were just worried about what can you do to have fun, and
just being a kid.
Yeah,
Just being a kid. You know what? They make them grow up so fast now, Ken.
Yeah.
They don't. One of the speeches that I give the parents so early on in September is just let them be little sometimes, because they're not going to get the opportunity. Even as the year goes on, they make them grow up so fast.
Yeah.
But
all right, well, I think I'm going to end this here. It's almost an hour and a half, and I got to grab a cup of coffee and then get to bed. But thank you all.
God bless you for drinking coffee before bed.
Yeah, it doesn't affect coffee. Really doesn't affect me with sleep, so I can't complain with that. But
I'm one of those. I have to shut it off by 4.
Oh no! I gotta have something, but I have to have that coffee, and like you have a devil dog or a Oreo or something, but you gotta have the coffee. So
I hear.
All right, thanks
Good
for showing up. Thanks to everyone.
Be safe.
Hopefully, we'll be on soon. Talk to you guys later.
All right, be well. Bye bye.
Bye bye.